games can stand up to Kingdom Hearts when it comes to capturing the hearts of its audience. Even companies that can create a story beautiful enough to grasp the emotions of its players once often have trouble doing it twice. Kingdom Hearts 2 takes what was great about the previous entry and expands upon it in every way. It's far from perfect, but the importance it places on connecting us with the universe in the game makes it an immersive and unforgettable experience. Production on Kingdom Hearts 2 began almost immediately after Kingdom Hearts. Despite the success of Kingdom Hearts, Square still ran into problems early on in development. For starters, Tetsuya Nomura wanted Mickey Mouse to have a bigger role in the plot. Disney needed to make sure that everything done with their preeminent character was up to their own personal code. Which is crazy because Mickey Mouse appears to be dressed as a member of Organization 13 at the beginning of the game. This is by far the coolest that Mickey Mouse has ever looked. Once again, they localized the game extremely well by using voice actors like Pat Morita and Tate Donovan to reprise their roles from the original Disney films. They even brought on the voice talent of Christopher Lee to voice the character Diz.
There's no knowledge that has the power to change your fate.
Haley Joel Osment once again reprised his role as Sora, and Jesse McCartney, yes, that Jesse McCartney, does an excellent job voicing Roxas. They spared no expense when it came to casting voice actors, minimizing much of the obnoxiousness that plagued video games of that same time period. Tetsuya Nomura, the game's director, wanted to keep the theme of Kingdom Hearts 2 the same as the first. Kingdom Hearts always have something like a person's heart, and connection of hearts as its theme, like the strength of an invisible heart, Nomura stated in an interview with Kingdom Hearts Ultimania. He wanted all of his games to have this theme instead of a changing theme from game to game. There may be subtle thematic differences, but it all focuses on the heart in one way or another. This keeps the feel of Kingdom Hearts throughout the games consistent, and it's why I keep coming back. Nomura wanted to maintain a mixture of past worlds we already knew, as well as new ones we would have to explore. The Lion King was originally going to be in the first Kingdom Hearts game, but quadrupedal movement was something they needed additional programming to process. It was included in Kingdom Hearts 2 instead. I'm glad they got that all figured out, because the Pride Lands is one of my favorite parts of the game. Nomura also wasn't afraid to touch the live-action Disney movies. The renderings of characters from Pirates of the Caribbean looked amazing for the time. Square Enix utilized a photo-based technology to digitally texture the characters. This means that the Jack Sparrow that we see in the game is textured and modeled using actual photos of Jack Sparrow from the movie. Another live-action film that I was surprised to see recreated was Tron. It was Nomura's favorite movie as a kid, so when he had the chance to put it into his game, he did not waste the opportunity. There are also characters from Final Fantasy IV, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10-2 in the game, making for a much better balance between Final Fantasy characters and Disney ones. Since the continuing story of Kingdom Hearts involved a lot of backstories, Square Enix decided to make a game that would serve as a prequel to Kingdom Hearts 2. This was called Chain of Memories and was released first for the Game Boy Advance and then later for the PlayStation 2. This detailed part of Sora's journey after the first Kingdom Hearts and his initial encounter with a group called Organization 13. It also introduced the concept of a nobody, more on them later. But even after playing that game, I still felt a bit lost in Kingdom Hearts 2. Okay, so we start out the game as Roxas? Who is this kid? Why? Okay, Rox's story is actually pretty interesting, and Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days delves more into his life, but that game came out a bit later, so I won't go into it here. In Kingdom Hearts 2, we're meant to feel a bit lost at the beginning. Sora has spent the last while in a chamber that is slowly restoring his memories. Now, obviously, we haven't lost our memories of the first game, but we're supposed to have this intrinsic connection with Sora. So the game throws us into a world that we know absolutely nothing about, playing as a character that we've never even heard of before. It's frustrating for sure, but as Sora's memories are being restored, it's almost as if they're being given back to us as well. The beginning of the game is extremely slow-paced, but when Sora's memories have finally been restored, we get to play as him and then the game really starts. There are lots of nobodies around, and they are, generally speaking, our enemies. Nobodies have a secret group called Organization 13, who are many of the primary enemies of this game. No one really dies in Kingdom Hearts, so Maleficent is of course back, and so is Ansem. At least, it's kind of Ansem. There's a new bad guy in town named Xemnas, who's the head of Organization 13. He was kind of Ansem before, but not really. In fact, Ansem of last game isn't even the real Ansem himself. You see, there's this guy named Xehanort. It's confusing, but in order to explain who Ansem, Diz, Xemnas, and Xehanort are, and their relationship to each other, I'd have to go pretty deep into a few other games that came later on in the series, or a few events that happened at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. So, to avoid unnecessary spoilers, I'm just going to say that Xemnas is our new enemy. He, more or less, took the place of Ansem from the last game. If you haven't gotten it yet, this game is extremely complicated. I want to talk a bit more about the complexity of Kingdom Hearts here. I reviewed the first Kingdom Hearts and I said it had a complex storyline, which is true, it does. This was by design, as director Tetsuya Nomura had received advice from Hironobu Sakaguchi that Kingdom Hearts would fail unless it had the depth and atmosphere of a Final Fantasy game. But if Kingdom Hearts is a bit disorienting in its complexity, it's nothing compared to Kingdom Hearts 2. This game takes it 100 steps further with the introduction of nobodies, Organization 13, Diz, Ansem, Xehanort, Xemnas, Roxas, Naminé, and other people and things that I'll hold off on mentioning here since they aren't revealed until the end of the game. I was way lost throughout this entire game. Just when I thought I was getting it, something else came up that threw me further into confusion. It's all a bit overwhelming, honestly. For me, this was a huge drawback, but many others really enjoyed this aspect of the game. Honestly, many things they added to Kingdom Hearts unnecessarily complicate things, but often, they're really cool things, so we're willing to deal with it. Take Organization 13, for example. Those outfits look awesome. In fact, there's a great deal of mystery surrounding many of the characters in this game, so if understanding their place in the Kingdom Hearts universe is a bit difficult, I'm willing to live with it because I'd rather have them in the game than not. Once again, Sora must wield the Keyblade to vanquish Heartless and open up new paths to new worlds. This time though, along with the Heartless, there are nobodies that we must fight. As we go from world to world helping those in need, we learn more about Organization 13. Sora, while still searching for Kairi, is also searching for his lost friend Riku. Mickey Mouse shows up a lot in this game, often at key moments, and provides us with a great deal of insight. All in all, I like the story of Kingdom Hearts 2, at least to the extent that I understand it. It has a lot of heart, and in the end, the themes of friendship, trust, and sacrifice come through in a big way. One of my biggest complaints from the first game was the controls. First of all, in Kingdom Hearts 2, the camera controls were switched to the right stick. I was not a fan of the R and L buttons controlling the camera from the previous game, so this was a welcome change. I wouldn't describe the controls as good, since they're still incredibly touchy, but at least it's better than it was. The overall gameplay, while still not great, is an improvement over the first one. We revisit many of the same worlds from Kingdom Hearts 1, as well as many new ones, including the original Steamboat Willie and Pride Rock. Atlantica is now a musical level. It's weird. It's basically a break from the story and has a mini-game side quest kind of feel to it. Tron and Pirates of the Caribbean were a pleasant surprise, showing that no Disney films are off limits in the universe of Kingdom Hearts. The addition of Drive Form gives battles a slightly different dynamic. Drive Form enables Sora to execute way more powerful attacks, similar to a limit break in Final Fantasy VII. The biggest difference is that Drive Form is on for a specific amount of time, and the player has the option to choose which abilities Sora will utilize in battle. For instance, dual Keyblade wielding. Sora's outfit also changes when he's in a specific drive mode. This was a welcome addition to the battle system from Kingdom Hearts. It made battles more dynamic without taking away from the simplicity of the first game. Reaction commands help to make the gameplay easier as well. In battle, they include additional moves, but out of battle, they include options to open chests, talk to people, etc. This style of gameplay is made to make a single button perform a number of actions. It simplifies gameplay, a lot. Not that Kingdom Hearts needed it. A problem I often have is when I want to open a chest but there are enemies nearby, so the action command changes and I'm unable to get it without first beating all the enemies around me. The music was once again done by Yoko Shimomura. The way she rearranged the Disney themes was great, but her original songs have a very familiar feel to them. Shimomura is a genius when it comes to composing a relatable soundtrack. This game just wouldn't be the same without it. It works together with the story and theme to evoke emotions that make our connection to these characters even stronger. Games with a soundtrack as good as this just can't be bad. They just can't. Another great Kingdom Hearts game, this is the one where the bigger story of Kingdom Hearts is really set in place. This is the game where the why is understood, more or less. Sometimes the answers to why can ruin the magic, and that happens a bit, but the reason this game still shines so bright is because Sora is still Sora. That connection we had from the first game comes surging back. Sora is the reason I continue playing Kingdom Hearts. I had so many problems with this game, but as I mentioned in my review of Kingdom Hearts 1, my connection to Kingdom Hearts is in spite of its flaws and imperfections. There's one very specific thing that Square Enix did right, and when I say right, I mean better than anyone else, when it came to making Kingdom Hearts. They made a game that resonates with its audience. The connection I feel to Sora is beyond anything I expected. This would just be another action RPG without the bond between the player and Sora. He personifies this entire game. He has a complicated history, he's not perfect, he makes mistakes, but his heart is good, and he prioritizes friendship over anything else. This is a rare find in a game, and to me, it makes up for everything. Closely paralleling friendship in general, a game doesn't need to be perfect to have an immense impact in our lives. This game reminds us what the most important part of a video game is. It's the ones who play it. If a video game can become a part of our hearts, then the mechanics are just a side note. A compelling story and characters that we can call friends. That's what makes this game great. Despite its flaws, the developers decided to focus on what makes a game exceptional. It isn't the controls, it isn't the camera work, it's not the battle systems or the graphics or any other mechanics. It's us. It's our hearts. It's the relationships we build during the game. If we were to objectively grade it on a checklist of general technicalities, the immeasurable meaning of this game would be utterly lost. Released on December of 2005 in Japan, March of 2006 in North America, and September of 2006 in Europe and Australia, Kingdom Hearts 2 was met with both commercial and critical success. By March of 2007, the game had shipped over 4 million copies worldwide, receiving high marks from most gaming publications. In March of 2007, Final Mix was released. This version of the game included a new difficulty mode, an extra drive form, as well as enhanced graphics. It's currently available as part of the Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 remix. Kingdom Hearts 2, in all its complexity, has provided enough material for spin-offs to be made for an entire decade before Square Enix finally got down to business making the third major installment in the series, Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 2 is different from its prequel, but the feeling is the same. There's a power here that's difficult to put into words. Though it's far from perfect, this game remembers the small things that its players loved about the first one. Every element of this game comes together to create something that is truly powerful. The gaming experience is what's most important, and Kingdom Hearts 2 connects strongly with the hearts of its players. This is a beautifully crafted game and a fitting entry into the most heartfelt series ever.